This vlog is brought to you by White Castle. It's what you crave. Brought to you by Crazy Crew, who is morally obligated to promote this place. Merry Christmas, one and all! From Crazy Crew.
Happy holidays, folks.
So yes, it is now December. Time to get into that Christmas spirit.
And what a way to get into that Christmas spirit with Santa Claus wielding two swords kicking ass.
Yes! In case you haven't gotten that really big hint, we saw Rise of the Guardians.
Oh yeah.
And man, this was a good way to get into the Christmas spirit.
Yes. Like I said, Santa Claus kicking ass.
Oh yeah.
That's how you get into the Christmas spirit. Not quite like Die Hard, but yeah.
I'm a bush guy with a fuck up your mistletoe.
But seriously though, I like this movie.
I liked it too. I was legitimately surprised by it. I was expecting, some sort of like weird kiddie film or something, that would, again, mostly appeal to kids. Try to like have a cool little inventive twist on like our favorite mythological creatures, but I was genuinely surprised by it.
I know this, and it really is a sleeper hit, and I will say this why because when I was looking at times last night, what I noticed is that for the theater we were going to, they only had two showings, and this movie's only been out now for I'd say about 2 weeks now, about 2-3 weeks.
Wow.
And already movie theaters are actually starting to pull this. Like they're shortening.
Yeah,
they're cutting down the number of times that they're showing it. Usually, I mean, you get like 5, 6, 7 showings. But some movie theaters, even the movie theater near me, has actually knocked it down to 2 showings a day. So it's not making as much money. I mean, at this point, it's only made maybe like $48 million. It's still like in the top 5. It's like number 3 last weekend. But I don't know. I don't know why more people aren't seeing this movie. This movie's actually really good. I mean, maybe it is what you said. Maybe it may look like a kiddie film. Maybe it is a little off-putting, but I will say that it does have a much more adult theme as well. Like there's a lot of like adult themes in this movie that maybe not a lot of kids will pick up on, but it's a good family film. It appeals to both kids and adults.
Definitely. It even deals with death.
Yeah, really.
That was surprising. You wouldn't think you'd see that in the Christmas movie.
Well, when was the last time we actually saw a kids film that actually, deals with death? I mean, think about it. I mean, I'm not talking like just like Bambi or like the classic stuff. No. I mean, talking about like, a kids film where a character legitimately dies. I mean, and having to cope with that, I'm just like, well,
not only dies, but forgets their entire life and pretty much has to start over, not knowing who he is or where he came from or why he's there.
Yeah.
In a way, it kind of like has sort of like a religious message to it when you think about it, because that's pretty much what all humans are about. Why are we here? Or what are we doing? Stuff like that. But this film, like, it's pretty interesting because this applies mostly to Jack Frost, of course, because his origin is a lot different than the ones I'm used to growing up, because I've only seen like 2 things with Jack Frost in it. One is the Rankin Bass movie, where he's pretty much, I guess he's kind of established as sort of like either like an ice elemental or a demigod or something. He's just there and he's the one who brings in winter all the time. And then the other version, just pretty much a cartoon version of him where he deals with Frosty. And he's kind of like a dick who just, summons weather and then messes around with people and then gets pissed off when no one acknowledges him. That was a little bit closer to this Jack Frost. But this Jack Frost, like, you see him sort of being reborn, in a sense, because he, like, is being pulled out of this lake, and he's, like, cold as death, and I'm like, holy shit, is Jack Frost, like, a kid that fell through the ice and was resurrected?
I thought he was, like, born from the ice. That's what I got out of it.
I was thinking that at first, but I realized he looks a little too human. You know, because, like, he basically looks like a normal kid just with white hair. And I really was thinking, like, oh my god, there's some weird other godly thing just pulled a kid out of the ice. Is like, here you go, you control winter now. Have at it.
Have fun.
And that's the thing, though, is like, you don't even see or hear the thing that saves him. It's just referred to as the man in the moon.
Yes, the man in the moon. And I thought, like, maybe he was going to have, like, an image, like a voice or whatever, but no, it's more, should I say it at this point?
Yeah, may as well.
Yeah, he's basically God.
Pretty much. Like, I mean, think about it.
There's no other way around this. He's pretty much God.
Yeah, I mean, that there's no sugarcoating. I mean, you don't see him, you don't hear him, you know he's there. He doesn't really talk to people, but they still get his message. And, you know, he looks down upon everyone, so yeah, it's God. So, like I said, kind of a weird start for this movie. But here's an even weirder thing, like, after he resurrects Jack, he kind of just, you know, throws this stick at him and leaves the kid to his own devices for like 300 years.
Yeah, until the evil approaches, and then you get to see Santa, and then you get to see Santa Claus and his Wookiees. I mean, Yeti. I'm sorry, but like I know they're Yetis. I know instantly when I was watching it, but I don't know. I got the impression they kind of look like Wookiees, like a Wookiee, a cross between a Wookiee and a Wampa. And for any diehard Star Wars fans that understands what I'm talking about, thank you. But I don't know. That's what I got. I'm just like I kept seeing them as Wookiees. They even act like Wookiees. And
they do.
And they sound like Wookiees also, almost, except they don't do the part. But
I know, I saw that. I'm thinking, wait, is Santa's shop really at the North Pole? Is he in like Nepal or something, or Moscow,
or Hoth?
That too. How to explain when we can never find it?
Yes. So basically, like, Santa Claus gets everybody together. He gets like the Easter Bunny. He gets the Tooth Fairy. He gets the Sandman. They all come together and they have to stop the Boogeyman, or they call him Pitch Black. Which is an interesting name for him. So it's like they tend to alternate between the two, like Boogeyman or they call him Pitch. I think movie.
Pitch Black's just his name, but throughout the years he was just called the Boogeyman.
Yeah,
you know, that's the type of name a kid would give like a fear of theirs. You know, the Oogie Boogie.
That's a different movie. It's a different Christmas movie altogether.
True.
But so and everybody gets together, and the man in the moon says, or God says, you must find there is another guardian, and it's Jack Frost. And it's like, ooh, and they're like, ooh.
Like, yeah, remember the kid I resurrected 300 years ago? Yeah, I'm about to put him into good use now. After you let him, you know, wander around, icing up the streets, putting kids in danger.
No, but early on, you see him actually helping the kid. Like like Jack sees the kid in danger, and then he helps him out.
Yeah,
he does worry about the kid's safety.
Yeah, I mean, he's a jokester. Ice balls at him.
It was all in good fun. It caused a snowball fight. I like snowball fights.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, he puts him in really reckless danger, though. Like, seriously, it was one kid sledding, and he's trying to help him along, give him an edge. He freaking sends a sled in the middle of the street, past cars.
He was trying to avoid the cars. Actually, there was something else going on. He was in trouble already, I think, to begin with, and he was trying to steer him clear of danger. Just happens to be in more danger, but until the sofa comes in. But
and knocks out a tooth. Yay, bodily harm.
But with Jack's character, it's more about him just going for low recognition, almost kind of like Wreck-It Ralph. But I think the difference between Wreck-It Ralph and here is that with Wreck-It Ralph, I mean, obviously, yeah, they know he exists, but here it's more about not so much having the kids be, except just the fact that they know that he is there, that he exists in general. And that theme does stay present, throughout his character development throughout the entire movie.
Really, that is pretty much what the movie is about, faith and believing. Because, I always found it interesting that, even though Jack Frost is a known character, at the same time, barely anybody, remembers him or, thinks of him at all. And because of that, no one can see or hear him. But at the same time, he still exists. And I always found that kind of weird, especially later on when you see that people start to stop believing in, the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy and everything, and they gradually start to lose their powers and then start to fade out of existence and even revert back into, their original forms. So, I always thought that was weird. That never happened to Jack.
Well, I think with Jack's case, it's more... I think because the fact that he's tied more with an actual season that's kind of more of a necessity, like snow, it's one of those things where you kind of need to have snow. You need to have snow. You need to have coldness. It's there will always be cold. It's jumping ahead with what Pitch says at the end. There's always going to be fear. It's one of those things you can't really get rid of entirely. It's just it's there. It's I think that's the thing with Jack, is that there's people that don't really believe in him. Yeah, they can't see him, but he still has to be there. He still has to be there. He still has to give snow. He still has to bring the frost. He has to give kids snow days.
Yeah, cause, I really think that he must have been made into an ice elemental or something. That's the only reason, the only explanation is for why he's still there and still has all his powers, despite people hardly knowing who he is or believing in him or anything. Because he does have powers. He apparently can ride the wind. He can freeze anything. He can make ice sleds.
Conjure up snowballs.
Yeah, pretty much be Iceman from X-Men. But
surprised you didn't say the Iceman cometh.
Oh, you don't mention that movie.
No Arnold Schwarzenegger, but we'd have a Russian Santa Claus. Yes,
I like Russian Santa Claus.
I know. I like that Santa Claus has a Russian accent, and
it makes sense too. Russia is probably the country closest to the North Pole, aside from Canada.
Yes, and Greenland, but
that too.
But I don't know, I just like it. He's very robust. He's very jolly.
He's even a bit scary because he's so hulking and everything, and he has freaking tattoos on.
I know he has tattoos on his arm.
Naughty and nice. I was waiting for him to say that at some point, go up to someone and be like, "I'd like to introduce you to two people, naughty and nice." Which one have you been?
I actually wanted to see him without his shirt, not because it looks disgusting, but because if he has any more tattoos, if it just stops his forearms or doesn't go further up in his arms and on his chest or whatever.
He has a list of people on his naughty list that he crosses out every time.
And it has it tattooed on. No, that would be tattooed on his back.
He's making his lists and checking it twice.